Everyone, my name is Devika and I'm your Techie Tantrika. Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great week. I know I am. So, 2 weekends ago was Toronto ComiCon, and then last weekend I got to see Batman vs. Superman. And so I've just had the most incredible last couple of weekends, just being fully immersed in art within the comic realm. So I'm not going to talk about Batman vs. Superman in this video because I have a lot of haul to go through from Toronto Comic Con. I hope that you will all enjoy what I got as much as I have been enjoying what I got. So I'm going to start off with the pretty shiny things that I always like to look for when I go to Comic Cons. I actually really like cosplay and wearables and things like that. So I totally picked up Hermione's wand as a necklace. And I really needed a Stark emblem because, you know, who doesn't need a Stark emblem? So I managed to also grab that with Hermione's wand. And I haven't opened this up yet. I used to have a Time Turner and I had sold it just because like it was a collectible and I knew somebody who wanted it, not Alberta, so I was like, why not? But I saw this one and I thought this was kind of cool because it actually has like inscriptions on it from the book on it, so I was like, oh, well, it's not really an official piece like the one I had, but I mean, it was still really well made, so here we are, and I'm going to look forward to wearing this, that's for sure. Like, even the hourglass is functional in the middle, which is really nice. So, yay me. I also happened to get this awesome Zelda pouch, and I think that was basically it for wearables. One thing I had really had to come to terms with this weekend is my absolute obsession for Artist Alley. I have realized that I really am the crazy cat lady of Artist Alley. I've got like an absurd amount of prints. Like these are just, this is really just a really small part of my collection, but I have prints and commissions and independent comic books like piled up in my room in, of course, a neat, orderly fashion. Because when I go through Artist Alley, I'm literally just like, I see everything and I just want to take it all home with me. If I'm ever in front of you at your table in Artist Alley, please don't take advantage of this. I know you're going to see me and I'm going to get really excited about your work. And I can never play poker because I'm always like super excited about things, and I've got this crazy cat eye lady look in my face, in these eyes when I'm looking at your art, and then I just end up coming home with everything. I mean, yeah, I went there and I got like, you know, your usual like bigger comic stuff. Like I met Rob Liefeld and I got this amazing Expo exclusive Deadpool versus Spider-Man comics autographed by Rob, so that was a lot of fun. But then, of course, I also had to give into my obsession with Lazarus and get volume 3 and 4. This is a fairly new addiction for me. It was just so well written, and I had to get 3 and 4, and I'm gonna obviously look into other volumes after this. Greg Rucka, who's the writer of Lazarus, just did a freaking incredible job with writing this. It reads like a movie or a TV show, so really it's no surprise that it, from what I've heard so far, it has been picked up to be a TV series. And I mean, the artwork's just amazing too. I'm gonna see if I could put some screenshots of that here. The main character definitely reminds me of a very Lara Croft sort of character. Her name is Forever, but the family dynamics is what makes her interesting. Her not completely understanding what she really is really interesting. There's a whole dystopic world also happening, so it's got a little bit of a hint of The Walking Dead sort of feeling to it, but just like this need for survival. There's just so many great characters that are being followed, but it doesn't get too crazy either. Like, it doesn't get like too many characters at once. Like, you know, that ongoing joke with Game of Thrones, for example, where, you know, there's so many characters and you're just like, oh yeah, that guy. There's definitely many layers to this comic onion, so I definitely recommend Lazarus, and you'd probably end up buying all the volumes like I almost have soon. So as I was getting my Lazarus fix, I was talking to the comic book shop owner, and, you know, trying to get a couple recommendations. At the same time, I saw Legion, and I've never actually read Legion, but I just had a really good feeling about it. So, I mean, I know it's pretty well known, and I was just like, let's give this a shot and see how this goes. If you have any of your own opinions on this, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'm usually pretty good when I pick things up intuitively. I'm usually pretty happy with what I get. He recommended to me, the shop owner, Chew. Now, this has been really great. I know this is volume 2. I haven't yet to pick up volume 1. This is hilarious. Like, it's about this really great detective who has this really crazy ability to taste things and actually get an understanding of where they're from and, you know, just a full breakdown of what they're all about. It's really quirky, really crazy, and I just totally recommend it. I've been enjoying it so far. Really fleshed out world, and it's just, you know, really, it moves fast and it's really funny. I know I talked about Artist Alley at the beginning of this video, so I'm gonna get right into that, starting off with this bad boy right here. So this is Neon Black. It's the first issue of, I hope, a very long series. This was actually written by the artist, Kevin Briones, and I'm absolutely in love with this because, I mean, I know sometimes when you're looking at comic books, of course you have a team of people. You have writers and you have your artists. I'm just super impressed by what he's done with this comic book. I'm reading it and I'm looking at the artwork and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're following the main character. She's a really great girl, and you're just starting to realize she's not all that she thought she was from the beginning. There's this M. Night Shyamalan twist, and there's this war happening between two worlds, and you're realizing just how she was led to believe she belonged in her world in one way, and how her true role really plays out in this war. I'm not going to say any more because I don't want to ruin it, but if you see Kevin at an expo or at a convention, definitely go check out Neon Black and talk to him about this. This is taking me on a pretty awesome adventure. So I definitely recommend Neon Black. There will be links to his work in the description box below. So the next thing I'm covering is this amazing art concept book. Loathe is actually going to be this amazing comic book coming out, I would say in April or May. It's only going to be available through conventions. The artwork is the big selling point. So this was created by an artist who's actually pretty well known on the Toronto scene, vincesunico. He's got quite the following if you find him on Instagram, like social media. I got into talking to Vince and Nick about this because I was really taken aback by the artwork, and I mean, this book in itself did a really good job of just giving me a little bit of a hint as to what each character is all about. I'm particularly interested in Eris. This is this character here. You see her in this as well, like she's right there, and that's the main character, Loathe, who's on this crazy vendetta, and she assists him. They've got this really interesting symbiotic relationship. She actually has abilities, it seems, to talk to the dead, according to what I've interpreted from this book. And they seem to really need each other. You know, just freaking amazing. This book, even just for the art alone when it comes out, will be totally worth it. I'm going to leave Vince's links in the bottom, at the bottom below as well. And it's definitely going to be there for Fan Expo, so if you're going to Toronto Fan Expo, Loathe should be there, the actual comic book, so I definitely recommend picking it up. And this one was totally a dark horse for me. I got to speaking to the writer, who is Dino Caruso. I got to talking to him, and once again, intuitively just picked something out, like I do that sometimes because I'm the crazy cat lady of Artist Alley. This was really cool because this is totally a great example of not judging a book by its cover. Cover is great, of course, but like, when you get into this series, it's like freaking insane. This is a very Sopranos-y sort of story that's happening, but as you go along, you realize that this amazingly insane, like, mob boss has two daughters that are actually, like, at the head of his operations. What's really cool is they actually, I could see why I'm attracted to this, because they do have a bit of a Lazarus femme fatale sort of feel to them, but their distinctive, like, personalities come through as you're going through this book, and just kind of getting an idea of their upbringing. Like, he did such a good job of catching you up really fast within this one issue. And then there's like this crazy twist halfway through that's so Sopranos. I'm just so taken aback by how both of these, both of his daughters are just such kick-ass characters. They're both doing the same job, but you can see how they're both so different so fast. I can't say enough about this book. I really need to go online and find out if they created other issues of this. So, Dino, thank you. You did your job, and I'm hooked. And I hope to see you again soon. And I hope to get my Dark Lies, Darker Truth fix. I'm really hoping you tell me that there's more of these. So that's my haul. I hope that that was entertaining for you, because it sure as hell was for me. I actually was a bit more conservative than I thought I would be on my Artist Alley purchases. I really did want to buy more, but that weekend We Love Fine called out to me. I had a couple dresses I wanted to get from them, and Think Geeks got a Captain America backpack with my name on it, so I had to balance out my love for comics, my love for independent art, and my secret desire to be a cosplayer every day of my life. Also, next week, I plan on covering a particular comic book series that I didn't touch on today because it just melds so well into my tantric sex and singles relationship coaching practice. I just felt it deserved its own video. So until next week, everybody, thank you so much and take care.